Welcome to another edition of MSA Sports Center Stage. We're talking volleyball on the center stage with one of the all-stars for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders. Actually, I didn't tell you I was going to talk about this, but it just came to me back in week 1 or week 2 of the 2015 campaign, named Player of the Week in the state of Pennsylvania by Max Preps. You have a little bit of a surprise to you. Tell me how that came about.
A little bit. That was, I believe, the Girard game. That was actually a really fun game. We went to 5 sets, so that got me the 2020 on that game too.
I didn't tell you who it is. It's Julia Menosky, one of the stars for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders. We've come to think of you over the years as an outside hitter. Been on the team since 9th grade, 3 straight trips to the WPIAL championships. A little bit of a switch this year. We'll talk about that in a moment. But first, talk about the tradition of Bishop Canevin volleyball. Really kind of now in your 4th year, how that mantle shifts from when you're a freshman and a sophomore, and then all of a sudden you're responsible kind of for this volleyball team, and that's a lot of responsibility.
Absolutely. I mean, coming in every year that the girls have gone to win section, then gone on to the championship for Whitfields. So being a senior this year especially, we have to just keep that tradition. I mean, it's a lot of pressure, but we're pulling together and we're hopefully going to do it.
A big blow to the team in the off season with the loss of Aaron Cunningham to injury. Not sure if there is some outside hope that maybe Aaron comes back. But talk about, that's an emotional hurdle you guys have to come over. I mean, she was an outstanding player, all-state last year. Talk about how you guys came together around the loss of Aaron Cunningham.
I mean, of course, it was a shock for us that we weren't expecting it at all, but then that just made everyone realize that we had to pick up our game twice as hard, work twice as hard together, and really come together and fill the position.
The 2015 campaign gets off to a fantastic start for the Crusaders. They bust out of the gate at 10-0, but a hiccup. Prior to these last couple of nights, you guys had actually lost 3 of 4, probably something you've never experienced in your entire high school career. Talk about that kind of lull, if you will, and what pulled you guys out of it.
I just think, as competition got harder, our rotation just wasn't working with the group of girls that we had out there. So we had to make an adjustment to what rotation fit the girls that we have on the team. And I think this new rotation really is going to help us with that.
So we get a little collaborative. Head coach Kevin Walters had something to do with that. You girls have a say in that as well. Bailey McDonald had been the setter exclusively in what is a 5-1 rotation. You're looking at one setter. They go through the little bit of a kind of a bump in the road, and they switch to the 6-2. Obviously, you have vast volleyball experience in watching you play, but to be able to switch from almost exclusively outside hitting here, do you do a lot of setting in club ball?
I do. I'm primarily the setter for all my club seasons. So ever since I started, I was a setter, and then Kevin, I come here and I'm an outside hitter, which I don't mind. I like the change up. So this new rotation, it's an easy switch for me, but I like it a lot.
Some hiccups in the rotation too once you guys started doing that, and you kind of Kevin told me last night at Montour, he said that you guys had come to him and said, let us fight through that.
Yeah.
If you see it kind of getting in a ditch or it's not going well, instead of going right back to the 5-1, let's kind of bulldog our way through that as a team.
Yeah, the change happened really fast, so we didn't have that much time to get used to the new rotation. So the big thing that I told Kevin was just like, you have to give us a shot for this. Like, you can't expect us to get it right away. Like, we have to come together and really think about this as a team and work together and get through it.
You guys come through, and maybe the most exciting, I've seen a lot of volleyball matches in my day at the MSA Sports Network. That interclassification match against Montour, the number 3 team, when they played the other night in AA, was so exciting. You guys take the first 2, lose the next 2. Talk about the emotions of really being pushed to the edge and then coming away with that big win.
That game, it was so much fun. I love close games like that you have to really fight and push hard every point. But that really just made the other girls, me especially, just step up and try to play the perfect game that we can.
It's been a lot of fun for me watching you most of the summer and through this fall season, but you're going to go away soon. It goes by fast your senior year, my friend. I promise you, in the blink of an eye. What's in the future? Where are we going to college? Are we talking about playing volleyball in college right now?
Hopefully I can play. I am looking at Mount Union, Penn State Barron, and Teal are the 3 choices that hopefully I can play volleyball at one of those colleges.
You guys are senior laden this year. You have a lot you want to accomplish right now in 2015. Down the stretch run here, headed for the postseason. Is this a club that you've been there? You know what it takes to get to the championship match. Is this a club that can do that and get where you want to be?
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind that we can do it, but I mean, it just starts with the basics. We really have to push hard every practice, every game. We really just have to think about every
remains to be seen. Number 1-4, Julia Menosky, one of the stars for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders, coming back up the top 10 on the MSA Sports Network. You've been watching MSA Sports Center Stage.